Hello, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. So I'm just going to take 5 minutes of your time to share with you 5 tips. 5 tips, just 5, the 5 tip series, remember? I used to do it about 4 years ago and then I stopped, but it was so useful, especially in this season where people are applying for the YALI Fellowship, for the Chevening, where people are applying for college, personal statements to enter into college, MBA, master's or undergrad, where people are applying for grants. More than before, I've been receiving so many messages of people who need help and need me to help them. But the truth is that my time costs money, but I'm so passionate and I really love to serve and to help. So I think these videos are the best thing I can do for those who really, they cannot manage with a certain budget. So here are 5 tips. The video I did last time on the 5 tips to get into YALI helped many people to scratch the application they had written because it was off and to rewrite it. Okay, so I hope that this too will help you, whether you're applying for Chevening, for university, for Humphrey, for Techwomen, all those different programs, for what again? For grants. These are elements of persuasive writing. So it doesn't matter if you're in China, in Asia, in Dubai, in South Africa, in Kenya, in Cameroon. It doesn't matter. These are universal elements that persuade human beings, the psychology of persuasion. And I'm going to share it with you pro bono. So pay attention and let my words have weight. Okay. So since I'm not in my city, I'm actually teaching today. I said, let me take this 5 minutes, probably 5 to 7 minutes to do this. So I don't have my normal standard format of how I do it. So I wrote it on a piece of paper because I love to write before I express myself, organize my thoughts. 5 tips video on persuasive writing by Mukam-WANDJI. Number 1, you're writing, remember that you're writing to a reader and not to a robot. I'll explain each one of these points. Number 2, write as a human, not an AI robot, okay? We can hear, we can know what is your voice, what is your authenticity. Number 3, elements of persuasion, logos, ethos, pathos. I'm giving it to you all 5 right now. Number 4, you are in competition, be memorable. I'll tell you how. Number 5, pay the price of excellence. Okay. Number 1, you are writing to a reader, not to a robot. Remember that. It seems so obvious, it seems so. But many times people who apply for these fellowships, they are so self-concentrated and so anxious and so, I want this to work, I want them to select me, choose 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 me. And they don't realize that they are speaking to a human being who will read. So they write as if they're speaking to, I don't know who. Who are you thinking? When you write, who do you think you're speaking to? You're speaking to a reader. So address the person. You have to convince a person. Remind yourself that as you write, it's for one person. Maybe many people will read, but put yourself that you're writing to a reader who will read and who has to be touched by this. Why am I saying this? I had the opportunity to read more than 1,000 grants and more than 2,000 fellowships, more, so much more. So let me move to point number 2 because I don't want this video to be too long. Write, not only are you writing to a human being who is a reader, but you should write as a human being, okay? Not an AI robot. And this precision is important in this year 2024 because more and more people are using AI, which is okay. It's okay. I use AI, right? But they use it as if it's a final product, and it's not. It's a brainstorming product, it's a structuring product, it's an organization product, but it's not your voice. We need to hear the human being behind. And imagine if you guys are 2,000, 3,000 to apply for an opportunity, right? Each one use AI. How will we hear you? I can hear AI from like 100 meters away. We want to hear you and your authenticity. Please bring that. Number three. Elements of persuasion. Many of you, you read it in high school. You learned about it, maybe in literature, maybe in philosophy, somewhere. And then it got stuck and you left it there in high school or university. But these things work. The logos, the ethos, the pathos. Your piece of writing, whether it's fellowship or grant writing, if you want to persuade someone, you need to establish that. The logos is the logic, the data. You know, you are for some in the 10th year of this, you know, you have to show data to prove your claim. You know, what did a credible source say? Logos is the data, the information, the logic behind it. 2, ethos is the credibility, your credibility. Establish your credibility. Don't just come and say, I will do A, B, C, D. Where have you done it before we have seen? Tell us. Ethos is establishing your credibility. If you have your credibility from things you have done in the past, use or borrow the credibility of someone else with whom you'll be partnering. Okay, this is maybe for a grant. If you never had a grant, who did you partner with? Which big brother can you hold on to establish your ethos by alliance, if you could call it like that, ethos by affiliation. But you do need to establish your ethos. Even if your association is very young, you as an individual, you can establish your ethos, your credibility by explaining what you have done as an individual in the past. That helps. There are different ways to work around it, different mechanisms to use. And number three still in the number 3 is pathos. Make it emotional. You're speaking to a human being. They want to feel, you know, qualitatively what it means. I'll leave that point number 3 at that. There's so much more I could say, but I want to keep this short and sweet. Number 4. Number 4. 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. You are in competition. Always remember that. So you have to be memorable. So I took the first 15 seconds of this short part of the number 4 to make this number 4 memorable. Now you remember that I did the drum roll to tell you to make yourself memorable. Okay. That's to push the point that you should be memorable when there are 3,000 people someone will be reading about. That said, after being memorable, number 5, you have to pay the price. Pay the price of excellence. There is a price to be paid, to go the extra mile, to not do just the basic, to not just write the basic, to be outstanding. These things need, if they're selecting people who are outstanding, who are not average, you have to pay the price of not being average. Paying the price doesn't necessarily mean that you're paying the service of someone like me who can bring out your story, your capacities, your strengths, your beauty, your magnificence. I can do that, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying. Paying the price means going the extra mile, paying the time, paying the improvement, paying the price to review, to do what is right. Paying the price to invest in yourself, to upgrade your skills, paying the price to network, to know, okay, what is this about? Paying the price to get out of your comfort zone. Paying the price for excellence, paying the price to be corrected, to be constructively criticized, paying the price to actually be accountable, to be responsible, paying the price, okay, to be excellent. All right. So those are the 5 tips. I did promise many of the people who are applying for a fellowship that I will do also one for interviews. Since the interviews are not pressing, I'll probably do it maybe in the week after. Right now, I actually ate a bit of the time that I had to be I'm teaching 100 students right now from the 10 regions of Cameroon. But yes, feel free to write to me, send me a comment, send me inbox. And if you want to do business, I am here for you. But this, honestly, if you pause, you listen, you go into some research on what I'm telling you, and you apply the knowledge I'm sharing, pay attention to the knowledge, let it carry weight, and apply this, and you will see how your writing will persuade. And with that, I thank you for your attention. I'm looking forward to hearing from your results, because I know these will work. And with that, God bless you. God bless you. Have a great, may these opportunities open to you. May the doors open to you. May you receive light in your being about these things, these truths I am sharing. And may you feel encouraged, especially feel encouraged. Don't feel discouraged. These are good tips. Feel encouraged. Be encouraged. It is possible. You can do it. Go for it. Believe it. Grasp it and go for it. You can do it. Yes. Do it. All right. I don't want to leave you, but I have to. All right. Love you. Love you. Love you. Bye-bye.